Lucas waited late in the restart zone to go, and they're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. 4 wide.
Daly gets the lead as they go 4 wide. And what a race move. McLaughlin is on the move. He's up to second.
Let's go, Connor!
Daly, McLaughlin, backstretch. McLaughlin to the inside, down the backstretch.
Here comes Palou right with him.
Side by side.
Oh boy, Daly hangs on to second.
Palou gave it a look, but Daly muscles him for that spot. McLaughlin is there with him. Palou third. Turn 2. They are getting after it right now. Backstretch. Palou third. Dixon fourth. Erickson's in the mix. He's fifth. David Malukas is right there. Here comes Connor Daly. Is this his big day? He's got a challenge. Side by side. Down on the wall, 2 of them trying to get around. McLaughlin and Palou get around Daly.
Man, that was close.
Wow, that was close. They used all the track. Down, close to the wall, down the front straightaway.
So Palou now tracking Scott McLaughlin down the back straightaway for the race lead. Will he pop out and make a move? No, he'll back it up. Here's Dixon looking around Connor Daly to try and get third. He backs it off and tries to keep the momentum up to stay ahead of Marcus Ericsson, who finds himself suddenly in 5th place.
Here comes Palou again to the inside. Here comes Connor Daly to the outside. He's trying to get around McLaughlin. And folks, we still got 65 laps to go. These guys are just mixing it up.
We hope. Remember that we heard the report from pit lane that some of the teams are wondering if this is going to go the distance because of weather. So the urgency on full display here as they head to turn 3.
Obviously watching the radar and pushing it hard right now. 136 of 200 laps completed.
Here comes McLaughlin. Inside of Palou for the race lead. Daly trying to follow him through. He'll get there.
Daly's hooked up, so is McLaughlin. McLaughlin started 9th in his 6th Indianapolis 500. Huge disappointment a year ago. Could this be the redemption day for him?
Now, let me tell you what we got going on here. Well, Malukas on Dixon, first of all. Going to separate those 2 drivers on the track. Dixon had gotten where he was the next car in line behind Palou, but before they could do something with it, here comes David Malukas and gets around Scott Dixon. Now Marcus Ericsson is after Scott Dixon while Connor Daly tries to protect the race lead.
Boy, he gets a lead back and then takes a wide line into turn number 1. Short shoot. Daly up front.
Some kind of racing going on here, right?
Amazing. Great stuff. Connor Daly leading the 500 for a 5th time. 5th race he's led. Coming into today, led 82 laps up front. Right now, Daly on the move.
Here comes Daly with a run down the front straightaway on McLaughlin. Palou looking to running room. He'll swing to the outside.
What a move. Did you see how wide he went? Alex Palou wide in turn 1. Dives in, makes the lead. Back to the front.
Now Daly falls into the clutches of David Malukas. Here comes Malukas trying to pick up the 3rd spot. He'll get it to turn 3.
So on that last lap, Daly goes from 1st to 4th. It's Palou, McLaughlin charging. Malukas is right there. Here comes McLaughlin to the inside. He battles back to the front.
55 lead changes today. Now 10 different drivers have led the Indianapolis 500. About to turn 350 miles this next time across the yard of bricks. It'll be 350 miles down as Palou goes back to the race lead.
Fantastic racing happening right up front. And Malukas is right there. Daly, Erickson fifth, Dixon is sixth. He's still in the next position. Kirkwood's up to seventh.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, look at this.
Kyle Kirkwood, one to watch with another yellow or two if he could get up there in the mix, because he has fought his way through this pack all day from 25th starting spot. And he's up there now in the 7th position. And a new leader in turn 3. Scott McLaughlin back around Palou. The famous yellow submarine for Pennzoil out in front.
And his teammate David Malukas in third. Could this be the day that the Pennzoil colors are back in victory lane? Could this be his day? Here comes another move. Palou back to the front.
In all this shuffling, Helio Castroneves has moved up to 9th position now. Castroneves into the top 10. Felix Rosenquist after being, as McLaughlin goes back to the lead, Felix Rosenquist after giving up 5th position for a pit stop and falling back to 14th, has only picked up a few spots, and he's running an 11th spot now. But a whole different pit cycle than these top 10 in front of him. So what's that going to mean as these final 57 laps play out?
Good, strong racing taking place here as we watch Palou step back out, diving to the inside. Almost like they're working together now. Not from the same team, but they continue to swap the lead back and forth. 144 laps completed. 144-200.
Palou's just strong enough that it doesn't matter whether whoever's up there is on his team or not. He's going to force his way into the conversation.
It is so true. That pass he made high and one, my goodness.
Top 3 putting a gap on 4th place Connor Daly now. Palou, McLaughlin, Malukas down the main straightaway. You're right on board with the visor cam from the race leader Palou. $219-mile-an-hour lap for Palou. Very quick pace for the race leader. Here's McLaughlin. Not going to make a challenge this time into turn number 3. Second Indianapolis 500 that Scott McLaughlin has led in his career. Led to half a dozen laps in 2024 when he started on pole position for that race.
Doesn't finish as 6th in 24 that year. All right, here comes David Malukas making a move. He takes over the 2nd spot. So Malukas is on the move. He got around McLaughlin. Let's go down to get an update quickly on Connor Daly. What's going on with Connor, DJ?
A little bit unhappy with the car, Dave. It sounds like they may need to trim it out a little bit more. He doesn't quite have the speed to run up front, but expect him in the pits in a couple of laps.
All right, so Connor Daly in 4th. After leading, he's 4th.
So all of these guys in the top 9, the last pitted at lap 105, are due for a pit stop soon.
Malukas goes back to the front now. Malukas is your race leader.
So Malukas, Palou, McLaughlin, Daly, Erickson, Dixon, Kirkwood, Simpson, Castroneves. They're all due for a pit stop soon. Then you'll get back to Mick Schumacher, who's also on this same pit cycle. and will be due to come down the pit lane shortly. Christian Rasmussen just left pit road, and right now is shown well back in 27th position. Here's pit stops right now under the green flag.
Below stays out. Malukas and McLaughlin coming in. Below stayed out.
So just the two Team Penske cars. Now Castroneves also in on this lap for green flag pit stops. There's McLaughlin's crew at work. And Malukas and his crew. Little wing adjustment on that car. And down and away for David Malukas. We'll see more this coming lap as Alex Palou leads the field to the pit opening here.
So the two Penske cars in and out. Let's see what Palou can do.
Over pit, Alvin Daly and Erickson.
Dixon stayed out, so Dixon is the race leader right now. Dixon, race leader.
Others pitting behind the leaders. Louis Foster is also coming in.
Let's go down to DJ.
Alex Palou comes into his box and the number 10 team goes to work immediately. I don't see any changes on the front wing necessarily. And there he is going to be out and on his way. They tell him to stay low as he leaves. He's able to hold on to the lead.
And down the main straightaway come Malukas and McLaughlin. So the blend off of turn number 2 where Palou comes back up onto the racetrack in relation to these two. What's it going to be? There he is, Palou behind these two. No, he's ahead of them. That was Connor Daly behind those two. So Palou blends out ahead of this group. Right there. Great work by the Ganassi crew, and now Malukas with the momentum in the draft comes up to run by Palou. This is not for the lead at the moment, remember. Scott Dixon pits from the race lead.
62 lead changes now. 11 different race leaders. 447 passes. Here's Dixon on the video boards coming in.
3/4 mark of the race, 150 laps down, 50 to go. Dixon's team goes to work. Kiffin Simpson leads, Felix Rosenquist is second. Remember, Rosenquist is on a completely different pit schedule, having stopped just earlier at lap 130. Guys are getting after him. So watch Dixon here on his run off of turn number 2. But he blends in the line. As Malukas looks for the race lead to turn 3. So Kiffin Simpson is the race leader. But you're watching this group of cars scrambling back and forth hard for the top spot within this group. Headed by Alex Palou for now. Malukas had to pull back in line. Palou shows 17th in line. Remember that whole other pit stop schedule headed by Felix Rosenquist, who's second to Kiffin Simpson at the moment. Simpson should be due for a pit stop relatively soon.
Exactly. He's got the race lead, but he needs to make a stop. And up front, Malukas is rolling, along with Palou, McLaughlin, in that group that's already stopped. Rosenquist is going to need a stop. Here's Pato O'Ward.
So the group led by Felix Rosenquist can do the race with one more pit stop from here. Stopped at lap 130, split the 70 laps to the finish. They can make the distance with one more pit stop for Rosenquist and company. Looking back to Palou, they stopped with 52 laps to go. So that'll be one more shorter pit stop. And here they go again, back to turn one. Malukas ahead of Palou as we track this group.
That's a powerful group working right now. Very powerful.
So the race leader, Kyffin Simpson. We almost have two separate groups going here. Simpson, actually Felix Rosenqvist has just passed Simpson. So Felix Rosenqvist is now the new leader of the race.
And he becomes our 12th race leader. 12th race leader today. Rosenqvist.
So Rosenqvist is 10th in the line of cars coming off of turn number 4. Rosenqvist will be about 10th back. All these other cars tail end of the lead lap for now, with Rosenqvist the leader. Jonah Fritz now for the race leader.
Lexi, can you hear me?
Rosenqvist Simpson Award. Armstrong. Albert. Top 5.
So what's it gonna be? When will the leaders all see their last trips to pit road? Will a caution flag shuffle the whole running order up? There's Pato O'Ward. He's on the same strategy as Felix Rosenqvist. One more stop, maybe around 35 to go.
Yeah, we're at 45 to go right now. 45 laps remaining.
And this up front of the pack as Palou and Malukas continue to hammer away. Good look from the backstretch cameras, turn 3 cameras at where the leader, Felix Rosenqvist, sits in this line of cars.
Rosenqvist started 4th. His 8th Indy start. 4th last year. And in 2022. Rosenqvist in that khaki colored car is your race leader. Simpson in the blue and yellow car is 2nd right now. Different cycle, trying to hang on. Same with Pato O'Ward right there.
Hey, the other thing that's working in Felix Rosenqvist's advantage right here, because he's that 7th, 8th car in line with the gap to the cars ahead of him, he's getting a whale of a tow, and he's running some lap speeds that are blistering right now. 224.9 miles an hour last lap for Felix Rosenqvist. Pato O'Ward, 222 last lap in 3rd place.
Fastest lap of the day. You just heard it, 224 from Rosenqvist. Will this strategy work? 42 laps to go.
And Malukas back around below at the head of the line while we check back in again on the race leader. There he is, Felix Rosenqvist. 10th in the line of cars. Number 1 would be 12th in the line of cars, but running P3 in the race.
Really taking advantage of that drafting opportunity to save some fuel. You can hear him coming to the corner, just having to feather the throttle just a little bit, saving fuel. Rosenqvist, Simpson, O'Ward, Hauger, Armstrong. Ferrucci 6th, VK 7th, Lundgaard 8th.
Also looking at some clear skies around us too, and thinking that the full 500 miles is in the offing for today for this Indianapolis 500. Despite the couple of sprinkles that we've had that have slowed the race a couple of times. Looking for Kyffin Simpson, the 2nd place runner to pit here. Looking for Simpson to pit with 39 to go. He'll be on a fuel save run to get to the checkered flag from there.
They're all saying none of them are confident.
What about Pato O'Ward? How long can he stay out?
Same strategy as his dear friend Felix Rosenqvist. For Pato, who moves up to P2 now as Kyffin Simpson comes to the pit lane.
And we're at 40 laps, 39 to go. Now 39 laps remaining.
So the running order is Rosenquist, Award, Hauger, Armstrong, Ferrucci, VK, Lundgaard, Siegel, Sato, and Collette. Those are the top 10. Then Grosjean, Harvey, Rahal, and then back to Malukas, who'll be 14th, Palou, and McLaughlin. That's the running order at the moment with these two different pit stop schedules going.
This is fascinating right now to see which strategy is going to work. Rosenquist leads Award by 9/10 of a second. Otto second. Auger, the rookie, having a heck of a go today. He is third.
Christian Lundgaard.